Today for Signal versus the Noise, we're going to take a step back from any one company in particular and talk about the bigger picture, how retail versus institutions are positioning going into this week's earnings. It's Mag 7 earnings week, Jamal. And right now, given the rally that we've seen, it's really not just about the fundamentals and are the results good, but are the results good enough to justify what we've seen? Over the past several weeks, Microsoft's up around 15%, Amazon up to all-time highs around 27% higher, Meta 18%, Google 20%. I mean, pick a name, it's been surging here. So we're starting to wonder what's going on across the options tape right now. There seems to be a consistent theme for what it's worth. Institutions and retail are approaching this differently. Institutional flow means, or rather, appears to be more interested in monetizing some of the strength. When you study the options tape this week, Jamal, you're seeing a recurring theme. Institutions are trading differently than retail. Institutions right now are thinking about monetizing the strength that we've had over the past few weeks. They're looking at hedging the event risk, or they're even positioning selectively right now. But retail continues to chase a little bit more to the upside. Jamal, just big picture before we start talking about some of these names and the options activity we've seen, how do you think retail's handled this rebound so far? It almost feels like they've been the clear winner through the Iran war.
I think they have. And, there was some noise out there, speaking of noise, out there that retail was selling towards the bottom of the recent stress in the markets. And I would think the other way. I think maybe they got a little spooked for a little bit, but you can see that they were clearly some of the ones who were long a lot of these names heading into these earnings cycle, honestly. And so I know that I've been looking at names like Microsoft and Meta and trying to find ways to get long those during this rally. And Microsoft is one that I still have a position and no position in Amazon, but that has been a massive mover more recently. And so I think a lot of retail are looking at ways to get long, but I think it depends on the chart though, Chris. I really do. I think Microsoft is one of those that lends to look at have retail look at that and say maybe I want to find a way to get long. Meta, possibly the same situation. Amazon, I don't know. I'm not so sure. I feel like that one could be one where retail might be looking to get short. I mean, this happens a lot of times when retail sees all-time highs, depending on the fashion in which it goes, they possibly look at ways to get short. That's what options are for. So it'll be interesting to see how these turn out.
So let's actually go through a few of these names. We have several companies reporting this Wednesday. I think we could start with Microsoft. It's the highest IVR name on the board right now. Microsoft is reporting after what's obviously been a sharp April rebound, but I think it's important to contextualize what happened last quarter. Even though the company beat on earnings, the stock gapped lower by about 10% because the capex hit of $37.5 billion in a single quarter. It didn't really make people feel good. We're heading into this print with an implied move around 5.7%, which when we compare this to the 20 quarter average of 4.3%, you could easily make the distinction there that this is a earnings that's going to bring a little bit more attention than we've typically seen. A few days ago, we saw that more than $10 million in puts hit the tape at 415 in the 410 strikes. I encourage people to go check out that previous episode where we likewise covered that Michael Burry was disclosing a new long position of Microsoft. So it's a fascinating split screen, Jamal. What do you make of these trades? Is there signal versus noise heading into Microsoft?
Yeah, I would say no, based on the trade that we looked at the other day. I mean, again, I think that was a situation of possibly institution. It was 5,000 contracts, $10 million worth of puts overall in the position that we looked at, and we highlighted that one the other day. I think it's a situation of somebody trying to play outright bearish in Microsoft stock, given what's going on in the software sector, or possibly hedging a long stock bet. Maybe they got long stock further down when the markets were weak there. So I think that this one is bear watching because, again, we have a 27-point expected move through the end of the week. That's a little more than 5% of where the stock is trading right now. That's pretty sizable, especially given Microsoft. There has been some news today about them meaning the relationship between them and OpenAI. So I think that's something to pay attention to. But the stock has been fairly bullish. The move has been fairly bullish more recently. And so I think I know it's one that I'm looking forward to possibly seeing what ends up happening. I have a long delta position in Microsoft, but again, it's got to overcome the software struggles that has happened more recently. So it's one that we'll keep an eye on.
Well, let's move on to Amazon, which has quietly been the strongest of the group, up nearly 27% all-time highs here. The strength being driven by the usual cadre of AI things. We could call it AWS optimism, the partnerships they're forming with these LLM model companies, enthusiasm around the cloud demand thanks to AI. Shares are up near 264. The implied movement into earnings is about 6.4%, which is slightly above the recent realized norms. But so there's some notable tape action here. I'm looking to perhaps institutions selling upside rather than extending their bullish bets. There was a January 2027 $300 leap call sold with a bearish tag, and a May 8th 260 call position built dramatically off prior open interest. So the put call open interest remains bullish still, slight lean. There's some nuance under the surface here. Same question, Jermal. Anything signal versus noise related in the Amazon tape?
Yeah, I find this one interesting. And again, I think this is also a little bit of noise. And by noise, we mean like this is a pretty sizable trade, but it's not one that's going to move the stock per se. I think this is one where somebody is hedging, if I had to guess. I mean, selling some upside in a leap call situation, I would assume that's a hedge. You can see this one here. They traded 1590. Basically, the bid was 1590 on that specific day. And look, stock is at all-time highs. It's in all-time highs is not necessarily a reason to get short, but it's a possible time to hedge some stock if you have that, or hedge another options position. That's often what ends up happening. This stock has been moving pretty strong more recently. So this is going to be really interesting when it comes to earnings and what they say. Obviously, cloud is a huge part for them. But I think the most interesting thing to look at in Amazon is, again, the implied volatility 55 IVR. When you look at the expected move throughout the end of the week, about $17.98, much smaller than what we've seen on a lot of the other Mag 7 names.
One more, Jermal. Meta might be the most interesting volatility setup of the group. I know that shares are up nearly 18% here in April, and markets are pricing about a 6.2% implied move around the earnings. But that may be light. The last four earnings reactions have averaged more than a 10.6% move in either direction. So the market's pricing in a smaller move than what history would suggest. And then we saw this call sweep that went through a few days ago, $8.4 million at the 690 strike for June expiration. It calls for about a 20% rally from current levels. So the bulls are still on parade there, I suppose. We have of course, great news about FinTwit Stan. Bill Ackman going off with Stan Druckenmiller in terms of exiting their meta positions. Jermal, tell us here, what does the tape tell you about the split versus between institution and retail heading into this week's earnings?
That's a good one when you talk about retail versus institutional. And look, those guys, Ackman and Druckenmiller, I mean, they've been holders for a very long time. Them exiting positions, I mean, I'm pretty sure they still have some positions on, and they've made tons of money along the way. But looking at this one, I feel like this is another one that, while it may be up on the year, it's kind of underperformed, son. I wouldn't be surprised if people are trying to get long here. And we did highlight that big call by the other day. I feel like that earnings move is a little bit underpriced. I guess we'll only find out come the 29th here. But this is another one where I think a lot of people are looking to get long. It's been fairly quiet when you think about it compared to some of the others. Some of the news that we usually hear out of Meta just hasn't happened more recently. So I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say in terms of this recent rollout of AI stuff. And is this stock going to make a big move? Who knows? But I like the prospects of it, and I've tried to find ways to get long. Look, this one is a little bit expensive at times. It's a bigger name, but we'll see if we can figure out an option position to put on and try and get bullish here.
Yeah, seeing that Druckenmiller's exiting his meta longs while Ackman's jumping into them, it kind of brings me back to the Carl Icahn, Bill Ackman feud around Herbalife all those years ago, which was
Those are good
a lot
times.
of fun in the 2010s. When we ask on signal versus the noise, I think the takeaway here is pretty clear. Institutions are a lot more hesitant about chasing some of these Mag 7 names to the upside right now, but individual traders in retail who have been more or less right throughout the entirety of the rebound, they're continuing to lay out some of these bullish bets. This week is going to have a lot of significant earnings. We have our Microsoft, we have our Meta, Amazon, Apple, Alphabet, which we didn't even touch on here, Jamal. So I'm sure we're going to see some new capital deployed on the other side of all of this, and we're going to have to ask the question once again in a few days, is it signal or is it noise? Be sure to like and subscribe for more of these videos. You're watching Tasty Live.